That's right. Don't forget to tell Jack Campbell, welcome to Chicago next year.
You are now tuned in to the Windy City Benders podcast. This is WCBP.
All right, it's episode 160 of the WCB podcast, a part of the Hockey Podcast Network presented by DraftKings. It's Jarom. It's Tanner. What's up, bud?
Oh, not much, man. Just having a good time.
Having a good time, having this beaut of a debut on Sunday.
Jesus Christ.
It is a big 180 in feelings in the hockey world right now, for at least for the Blackhawks, because boy, what a difference a week can make, huh?
Yeah. Get a new coach, new me.
Good call. Good call on the name for the last week's episode. New coach, new team.
Oh, that's right. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, you called it.
Let's go.
So the Hawks, we right into it. The Hawks are on a 3-game win streak. I'll say that again. The Hawks are on a 3-game win streak. Let's fucking go.
That's right. And I mean, it wasn't a pretty 3-game win streak, but that's 3 fucking wins.
Baby steps. You got to take advantage. You're playing some teams that you need to get wins against, that if you're going to get wins, these are the teams you got to do it against. And they did it. Unfortunately, 2 out of the 3 they've pushed to overtime and made it way more interesting than it had to be. But
yeah,
a win's a win.
That's right.
So I guess we'll start off right away with last Sunday against Nashville. It was Derek King's debut as the. I'm not doing that on purpose. That's just how I say it.
I know. It's just really funny.
As interim head coach of the Chicago Blackhawks. And you could just kind of see that the team felt a lot more relaxed, they simplified their game a lot, which is
all they had to do was keep it simple.
Yeah.
They were making everything was getting so overly complicated, and the lines were just all over the place. Like the guys that are currently 3rd and 4th liners were sprinkled throughout the entire lineup, and you had like DeBrincat and Kane on different lines. Like sometimes Kubalik was with Taves, sometimes he was on his own. And it's just like, there's no cohesion or chemistry going on throughout the lineup. It was just like, well, that didn't work for 3 shifts, so let's switch it up again. It's just like, what the fuck? So now Derek King's just like going on NHL 22, hitting best lines. And he's like, yeah, that seems right. It's like, cool, let's go. Let's fucking ride, man. You get that first line of Kirby, Doc, Kane, and DeBrincat, and everybody's like, yes, this is what makes sense. Like, stick with this, please. Man.
Yeah. So the first game up was a real tight battle the first period. Nothing was going either way. But you can see the guys are a lot more relaxed. And the second period came. Hagel gets on the board for the Hawks with just right spot, right time type of situation. Puck bounces off the end board right to Hagel, and he puts it away.
Oh, yeah.
Seth Jones with his 11th assist of the year on that one, and Taves with his 7th. God, Seth Jones is just so good.
Yeah, he's putting up points like every fucking game.
And then kind of the same goal for the Nashville with Carrier. Essentially behind the net too, picks it up, just puts it in.
Well, yeah, he just drove the net, and then it just like found its way.
Yeah,
like I think it was it Lankinen that was playing this game.
Yeah, Lankinen was in net for this.
Yeah, it just like squeezed between his legs somehow, and it's just like, okay.
So that finished the second period, tied 1-1. Third period, no goals. And then overtime comes, and it was the DeBrincat Patrick Kane show, which I got really nervous that they made one too many pass. Like they were just doing their whole back forth. Yeah. And I was just like, oh no, that's one too. Like I was just.
Oh my God, yeah. It's because they're inching so close to the net every time, and they're just like still like tic-tac-toe, and I'm just like, please, and they're like, no, you have it, like, come on.
They end this game 37 seconds into overtime. Lankinen got an assist on that one as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So the Hawks beat Nashville 2-1. Lankinen played fantastic.
Oh God, yeah, dude.
20 saves on 21 shots.
Which goes to show you that the Hawks can play defense if they're blocking a lot of shots this week, and only letting up 21 shots against a team that they have been struggling against in the last few years has been that was great. And then it's also I don't know if you saw this, but it was Lankinen's first win against Nashville. He didn't have a single win against them last year in his first season.
I mean, I don't even think we beat Nashville last year.
We did. It was Malcolm Subban.
Oh,
was it overtime or?
Yeah, because we haven't had like an overtime or a regulation win against Nashville since like it was like a long time.
When we were just like clowning them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nashville's had our number. And this game could have been a lot worse for Nashville, but UC Saros just played unreal. There was a lot of times I'm like, can you just not? Like, we need this. You don't need this. We need this.
Yeah, Nashville and Finnish goalies just playing out of their mind every time they play the Hawks. It's written in stone.
Yeah, Saros put up 22 saves on 24 even shots, but he was a perfect 8 for 8 on the power play, or shorthanded, I guess.
Yeah, 30 saves on 32.
Here's another crazy thing that you're slowly seeing. It's kind of becoming a theme. And of course, then it's not going to happen next game, but the Hawks are playing the body. Like, they're actually throwing some hits out there. Kahar had, where was it? Kyra, sorry. Fuck.
No, it's good. Like, I know who you're talking about.
I hear his name pronounced different ways every time, and I always forget which one. But 7 hits that game. DeBrincat and Kubalik and Carpenter each had 3. Oh, Doc had 3 too. Hardman with 4. Like, everybody's throwing their body around, and it's hilarious seeing DeBrincat with that many.
Dude, DeBrincat actually ends up with a few hits every game.
I know, it's so funny.
Like, he's out there a lot, and he's not afraid.
But yeah,
good game from the boys, and you see that like afterwards they have like their championship belt, and Kaner was like congratulating Derek King on his first win, and he's like, yeah, and this one goes to Jujar. Like passes the belt to him. It's fucking hilarious.
The funny thing too about that post game, they're asking Kane if he knew anything about Derek King before he got named coach. He goes, "No, the first thing I did though was hop on Hockey DB to see what his stats were."
Yeah,
like, it was so funny, and he's just like, "Okay, no, it's good to see someone like he's been around the league." And I couldn't. If you looked into it, it kind of looked like he was taking a shot at Carlton, but I don't think he was. But it was like, someone who's been in the league and knows what they're doing, all that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, because Carlton only played like 57 games in the NHL, and then Derek King played like 500 plus.
Right.
So that's kind of funny.
But yeah, Derek King's a personality too, man. He's just like, I forgot who said in our group text, but
it was me. He's like a comforting dad.
Like the dad that was forced into coaching because they had nobody else.
Yeah. He's just like, let's go out there and have some fun, guys.
And then during the conference, like his little press conference on Monday, they were asking like, oh, how was it, as your first win, all that. And he goes, yeah, my 14-year-old twins kept saying like, Dad, they keep looking at, keep comparing you to Walter White and Ted Lasso. And he's just like, shut up. I'm trying to have dinner with your mother.
Dude, that's hilarious. Yeah. He's
so funny.
He's a good character. And I like having him behind the bench. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
He was also the first Hawks coach to get a win in their first game since Dennis Savard, which
that's cool.
It's like, oh man, it's so long ago, but it's like we have also only had like 2 coaches since then. So
yeah, it's kind of wow. Carlton
and Quenneville. That's it.
Jesus.
And then it's been like what is that, like 14, 15 years?
Yes, what was it, 2008 was Savard?
Was it 2008?
Because didn't Quenneville come in right before he came in mid-season? Not like mid-season,
but like beginning of season.
Yeah.
And
that was that 08-09 year that they went to the conference final. and then
yeah.
first year, full year was the cup year.
Yeah, that's true.
Did Savard have a
So
full year?
Doesn't it seem like he didn't? Like, I'll find out.
But I'm trying to remember who was coach before Savard.
I honestly can't think. I just can't think. That's the thing.
All right, list of Chicago Blackhawks head coaches. So you got Derek King, Jeremy Colleton, Trent Yanni.
Yeah.
Savard was from 06 to 08.
Okay. So it was like a season and a half or so, probably.
And Trent Yanni, 05 to 6 to 06. Brian Suter before that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I feel like they were swapping coaches around like so often. And then we had a coach for 10 fucking years and another one for 3.
Alpo Suon. I don't even remember half of these coaches.
Yeah. Well, you're starting to get to a time when it was like when I was a teenager and I'm not paying attention to what the coaches are ever.
Right.
Just like paying attention to what the players are.
I didn't realize Keith Magnuson was the coach.
All right, back to current Hawk stuff.
Sorry. It's just now you guys down like those rabbit holes. Like
Yeah.
All right. So after that big overtime win, the boys are feeling good. They got Pittsburgh Penguins coming up. They give Marc-Andre the net, as a little redemption game after getting yanked against Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
And
I blocked that game out of my memory, but thanks.
Sorry about it. But you know what? He came out to play and he had a fantastic game.
Yeah, he did.
Faced 44 total shots, turned away 42, 955 save percentage.
Just real good showing.
Again, this is another game that the game started off a little bit slow, kind of both teams struggling a little bit, trying to find their footing. So no goals in the first, second period. I've already forgot how you say this guy's name.
Jujar. He got rewarded because from the game against Nashville where he played really well, then Derek King rewarded him by putting him on the line with Taves and Kubalik. And it proved to be a fucking smart move because he gets his first goal as a Blackhawk.
Off of a sick pass from Taves.
Yeah, oh my God. Coming around from behind the net and just sliding it right across the front of the crease.
That's like Taves' bread and butter right there. Like that's what Kane's the spinorama. Taves is that, just pass through this crease.
Yeah.
Kubalik also with the assist down there. So Taves has 8 assists. Kubalik with his 4th. But the big goal of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Seth Jones, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
First of the year, elbow diagonal. Just fucking snipe. Oh, man.
Kirby Doc with a great screen.
Oh, God. Like, everything just worked perfect on that.
Yeah. Tristan Jarry had no chance on that goal at all. It was a fucking beauty.
An assist from Kaner and DeBrincat, too. But, man.
I love the after the goal when what was it? Like, was it Seth Jones? He fell. I don't remember what happened, but his stick got caught and on Kirby, tripped the defender and Kirby at the same time.
I know that was Seth Jones. That was somebody else. Like another.
Was it? I thought it was Seth Jones as he was coming through.
It was another guy from Pittsburgh, and both. Yeah, the Kirby and the guy. The other defense
funny
at the same time. Yeah, it was like a glitch in the matrix. Like just everything perfectly. But yeah, that one had to have felt good. Like everything that Seth Jones has been going through, like with people just talking about how he's trash and not worth what he was giving up for him and all that kind of stuff. Like that goal plus the start he's had.
Yeah.
Like it's just got to feel amazing.
Yeah, he's got 13 points in 15 games right now. And with this current win streak, he's at -7 currently. He was at -10 when everybody was shitting on him. So he's going in the right direction plus minus wise, which still say is just a shitty stat to go by. But still a goal and 12 assists currently.
I don't know if we talked about this last episode because again, it's felt like it's been a month since we last talked.
Yeah.
But I was reading, and I still don't know. I need to learn how like advanced
read.
analytics work. Yeah,
Oh.
advanced analytics work and
Mhm.
like what they all mean. But people are saying that Seth Jones, his advanced stats are creeping up to where he was when he would finish fourth in the Norris voting.
Oh, you don't say. That's crazy. It's almost as if Columbus was dog shit and playing with good players like Kane and DeBrincat is doing wonders for him. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's
So
crazy. It's almost like we said something about that like over the offseason when we got him and everybody thought we overpaid, but that's cool.
you got to let things develop. Like people are
Yeah.
just so quick to just assume. Like you have to let things develop and see how it plays out. Like you said, like I know this is very early on, and I'm sure we have more to talk about this, like because another game to talk about. But even with as bad as this was started, the season started,
Yeah.
there's so much hockey left.
There's a
Like
lot of hockey
things can
left.
develop and things can change. Like, and I hate to compare it to St. Louis because I fucking hate St. Louis. But look at what St. Louis did with the year they won the cup.
Yeah, it's true.
They were fucking dog shit, and it was
they were
January.
last in the league in January.
Yeah.
Exactly. In January. We're talking about November right now, bro.
Yeah, right.
They were talking about January.
Plenty of time to do this. And I'm not saying that we're gonna I'm sticking with what I said. The one episode, it's statistically impossible for them to never win a game again. Like things are gonna happen. I'm sticking with that mindset, but they're showing glimpses that they still have a lot of way to go because they've also played dog shit teams the last 3 games.
Yeah.
They still have a long way to go, but they're showing that this team is more in line with what we expected when this team was put together this offseason.
You want to hear something cool about since we were talking about Seth Jones?
Yeah.
So just pulling up his game logs. First of all, he's a point in every single game in November so far.
Let's go.
That's good. He's only got 3 games this season without a point.
Let's go.
That's just hot shit, man. He's currently a +3 for November.
Let's go.
Oh my God, man. And it's just all good shit. It's all good. I love it. It's really cool to see just like last 5 games and it's like point. Yep. Just keep going, bud. Oh, the other thing I was gonna say too, he's on kind of point pace he's at right now
What's that?
to end the season. 71. 71 point pace right now. It's a pretty good defenseman.
That's a really good defenseman.
Yeah, especially a guy that plays on penalty kill, on power play, 5-on-5. I don't know. I feel like that's well worth the contract that he's going to be getting next year.
He played 31 minutes too against Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Well, including the overtime.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
You love to see it.
But all right, back to the game.
Yeah.
Things are looking good. Hawks are up 2-0 going into the third, and then Jeff Carter decides to be a fucking superhero, scores 2 goals.
He's still good.
It's
crazy.
Good. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's kind of funny, like it's crazy to think like he's the guy right now for them too, because all the injuries, and Pittsburgh is essentially a fucking walking COVID like hospital. Like their entire team, I feels like in COVID protocol.
Is that that's what Crosby's on right now, isn't he?
Yeah.
That sucks.
You're looking at this roster that's like who?
Yeah, it's weird, but like they always, I don't know how they get it done. But yeah, Jeff Carter just willing himself to get goals to tie the game up. And then fuck man, this overtime was like put me on the verge of like a heart attack the whole time. It was insane. It was just back and forth. And this is where, like when we were talking about against Nashville with Kane and DeBrincat, where it starts to feel like a little bit too back and forth, like too much passy. Because I think at one point they were going back and forth, and then Kane rings one like off the pipe, and it was just like, oh my God! And they just like had so many chances, like one after the other, and then it's like miss the net, like Pat, like just a barely gets a piece of it on a save. And I'm just like, fucking go in. Just go in.
Yeah. The Kane DeBrincat combo is just, it might be one of the deadliest duos in the NHL right now. Like,
and
you
they
got
have Seth Jones out there with them too,
yeah.
where if it's like, this is the greatest thing because it's been so long since I felt like this confident with a defenseman, because if it's Seth Jones on a 1-on-2 or a 2-on-1, he ends up with the puck like most of the time. It's fucking insane. Like it's so cool to watch because I like zero stress. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Seth Jones is back there. Like, all right, either like he catches the pass, pokes the puck away, or creates it so that like it's an easy save for Lincoln or Fleury.
He does the right things. He does the little things that you're supposed to be doing. And that's why it's like so frustrating that he gets shit on so much.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I'm so ready for everybody to start eating their goddamn words. Like this turnaround is, hopefully they keep this going, because like it's going to be so sweet when it like mid-season like reports are coming in. You have all these analysts with their early like halfway through the year like trophy predictions, and it's like Calder or not Calder, like Norris. Yeah, Seth Jones is going for the Calder too, but
he's definitely making. I mean, I know it's early on and it's like, tough to look at where the team's at record wise, but I definitely think I don't know if it's just being biased or not, but like I think he's made a case to at least be in the conversation about it.
I mean, he's currently tied for third in points.
Yeah, and we all know what the Norris Trophy's turned into, so
big points fest.
Yeah. But also in that overtime, what was great was Carter with the extra little chop at Fleury trying to poke the puck loose, and then Fleury just putting a Carter in a fucking headlock.
Oh god, yeah. He's like, I'll handle this.
And you know what's funny? I bet you he had a giant smile on his face the entire time.
Oh, I'm sure. He fucking loved it. Probably said some shit in French, like, I don't know.
When we then it goes to a shootout. Jonathan Toews. There's 2 goals inside a shootout. Jonathan Toews with this classic 5-hole. Yeah. And funny thing too is post game they were asking Fleury. He's like, "Hey, don't goalies just know that Toews is going 5-hole?" And Fleury just laughs and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know how the word hasn't gotten around yet." Like, like he's so good at it. Like,
I think it's just a matter of like either he flash it, like what he did was like he kind of opened the stick up and then pulls it backhand, goes 5-hole. And like it's like he has an option of like, I'll take you to the right or I'll take you to the left, but it's going between your legs no matter which way you want to go. Like it's just so silly.
It's so smooth. Like,
oh yeah, it's that type of shit that you love to see when you don't get him for a whole season.
Exactly. And then the last goal to clinch it was Brinksy Cat with a nice little power shot.
Just catches the bar and goes in.
Yeah.
Oh, it was insane. We had the quick little debate of like whose goal was prettier, DeBrincat's or Seth Jones's, because they basically both went into the very top corner. It's just like, oh my god.
And my vote was definitely Seth Jones.
I don't know.
Because one, DeBrincat's expected to shoot like that.
Yeah, but it just looks so good.
I know, it looks so good. And Seth Jones needed that more than DeBrincat needed his.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Seth Jones gets. I mean, he's just been ripping. So, like, I wonder if he gets a few more to go in after that. I don't know.
But yeah, so
what's his shooting percentage traditionally? Probably like around 3 to 4, maybe 5%. Let's say 4. So he's shooting at 2% right now. He'll get another goal soon. Bump that percentage up.
Yeah. Here's another thing too I want to touch on. You were talking about the whole team blocking shots.
Yeah.
This game against Pittsburgh, every single defenseman had at least one block shot. You had DeHaan with 4, McCabe, Murphy, and Jones with 3.
Jesus.
Stillman with 2, and Gus with 1. DeHaan,
21 block shots total.
Yeah, DeHaan was throwing it out there. Like he was big time blocks. And honestly, if they could re-sign him on like, a very team-friendly deal, I would love to have Dahan back.
I would too.
I
I just don't see it. I don't see it happening when you have like the $4 million deals going out to McCabe and Murphy.
Yeah.
And Dahan makes what? Does he make around like 4 million right now too?
Let's see. I think so. That sounds familiar.
The $4 million decor, 3.85. Nope. Wait, he makes 4.5. I don't see him taking less than that. He's only 30.
He's only 30.
Yeah. He's the oldest guy on our defensive core.
That's insane.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, so that's a big thing too, and that's the stuff they're gonna have to do. Again, too, another big hit parade for the Hawks. 30 hits this game, which is like, I felt like before previous years you'd be lucky to get 20 from the Hawks.
Yeah,
but yeah,
so that's the nice thing about having guys like Reese Johnson, like Mike Hardman, like those guys on forwards, like you and Kyra too. Like that puck gets deep, like they know where they're going. They're going into the corners and they're banging fucking bodies. It's good shit.
All right, and then the last game of the week, man, it was the Arizona Coyotes, which, weird to say, a must-win game against a one-win team, but this was a must-win game. And I will say, being there in person, this was terrible hockey. There was times that I thought men's league was better hockey. Like, it just, the puck just was bouncing everywhere, just throwing the puck up the middle so many times. The amount of times the Hawks try to go for, like, the stretch pass up the middle, it was insane. Yeah. But this game, again, no goals in the first period. Second period comes around and goal of the year candidate, I think.
Yeah.
Kane picks up. What helped was there's a missed shot by the Hawks, rings all the way back down to our zone. It was the late penalty. Kane picks the puck up, skates through all 5 guys on Arizona. Nice little backhand sauce to DeBrincat, who throws it in net. Then Wedgwood immediately runs and starts complaining. And I was telling Tanner before we started recording, we had no idea what was going on because we don't have the audio or anything like that. And clearly you can see there's no offside. So we had no idea what they were complaining about. And it took way too long for them reviewing it. But apparently they felt that they had possession of it before.
Yeah, he thought that like the defenseman had like touched it.
And you look back at the highlights and it's no, Kane is just fucking silky smooth getting through.
I mean, have you ever heard it before? Kane to DeBrincat. It's a tale as old as time. Kane's the beauty. DeBrincat's the beast. Beauty and the beast, baby.
Yeah, so that was eighth goal of the year for DeBrincat. Kane with his 9th assist and Stillman with his 2nd. Third period comes around on the power play. Andrew Ladd.
He's still playing.
Yeah. Which is so funny. Like, okay, that's what I wanted to look up, and I fucking forgot to do it. There was some condition on the pick.
Oh, yeah. There definitely is. It's like
if he played like X amount of games, and I think he's already doubled it.
Yeah, like the Coyotes were like, sure, like we'll take that condition because we're going to play him. Like the whole reason that he wasn't playing in New York was because he was just like slow. Why is he non-rostered right now?
Because he's in COVID protocol.
Oh, is he really? So let's see. The better of the 2 first-round or second-round picks they get from the Islanders, so it's either theirs or Colorado's. The pick is not transferred to Arizona if Ladd plays in any professional games in 22-23 while under his contract or retires prior to the conclusion.
Oh, so it's next year.
Wait, they get a 2023 conditional 3rd round pick.
But if he plays a game,
if he plays
next
any
year,
games,
next year,
or if he retires,
they don't get it
before the end of the season next year.
Yeah,
that's really fucking weird. So he has to like not play hockey, but not retire. You know what I'm saying?
So
he has to be under contract but not playing,
which is what it kind of felt like. So that's like so weird. So like, did the Islanders think he wasn't physically able to play again, or like it makes no sense on that?
Do they get like any kind of cap recapture penalty if he retires before the end of his contract because of his age or anything?
It might have been, yeah.
Like he's only 35 now, so he signed his contract under when he was younger than 35.
I don't know. But anyway, he's played 13 games this year. He's got 3 goals, 1 assist.
Yeah.
It's such a weird situation. That's like a weird thing. Like, I don't understand. Like, and that's another thing too that I think is going to have to get looked at in the next CBA. Like, we were talking about this on the way to the game Friday. Like, I don't see a way where there's not a lockout the next CBA.
Yeah.
Because there are so many big things that need to change. And that I think it's going to be very hard to come to a compromise on those. You have like this LTIR cap manipulation, for example, Tampa Bay, and what Vegas is probably going to try to take advantage
is doing.
Of. Then you have
Toronto tried to do it last year too.
Yeah. Then you had the whole Eichel situation with, surgeries, not being up to the players. Like those 2 things right there, I think it's a major thing.
Absolutely. It's such a weird, like it's weird too, especially with like, because we're talking about Andrew Ladd, like how this is working out, because like I was under the impression he was not able to play, and that's why he wasn't playing in New York, and then all of a sudden he gets traded, and it's like, yeah, he's in the starting lineup every night.
He's assistant captain. He's the assistant captain too.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh, okay. I thought he was on LTIR while he was in New York, but like he seems like he's fine.
Yeah. And then Hawks go on the power play, and Dylan Strome.
Back to the game.
Yeah, Dylan Strome takes advantage. Kirby Dach leaves the game for a long period of time after getting a terrible missed call by the refs. Gets elbowed into the fucking face. He tears open his lip. I don't know if he lost or chipped teeth. I can't remember what I read, but it was just blatant head contact play, no call. He goes locker room. Strome steps up, takes his role on the line, and Strome gets his first of the year. Again, it wasn't a pretty goal. It was just pure strength. It shot 6-hole and just sneaks right through the Wedgwood into the net for the 2-1 lead. That was his first of the year. Kane's 10th assist of the season, his second of the night, and Jones with his 12th assist of the year. So that gives him the 13 points you were mentioning earlier. But
oh yeah,
it wasn't pretty, but damn, did Dylan Strome need that?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see it because, like, I mean, we're so like back and forth with like the whole Dylan Strome thing, like all the time. Yeah. But I would 100% rather see him play and play well than to see him like traded or just scratched or anything else.
No, 100%. Like if we're gonna be paying him and all that, let him play. The worst he's gonna do is he's gonna drive his trade value up, and it's gonna get people that are gonna want him.
Yeah. Oh, I love when Kane gets on the score sheet multiple times. It's just like, yeah, he's so good. And then again, like I said, Seth Jones, just every game is just gonna be on the score sheet too.
Yeah,
he's gonna get a point.
So it's the right direction. Fleury got the call again for this game. He turned away 22 of 23 shots. Again, just the one power play goal, which was a good goal on Ladd. I no problem with that goal he let off. It sucks because
that was a good shot.
Yeah, I want him to get that shutout so bad. But here's a big stat too in this game. Reese Johnson, 11 hits.
Yeah. Are you serious? Wait. 11 on his own?
Yeah.
Jesus. I was gonna say another cool thing is Fleury in his 3 wins this year. His save percentages are insane. In the first one against Ottawa, 9.67, against Pittsburgh 9.55, and Arizona 9.57. Like that's really good. That's good, Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah.
It just sucks that like in the, some of his losses, it's like the other 2 games that he played like this month so far, Carolina 8.75 and Winnipeg 8.48.
It's like it's either very good or very bad. There's no middle ground, and that's the thing. We just got to find consistency. That's the story of the whole team. Consistency is going to be key, and you need it from the forwards, the defensemen, all the way to the goalies, and hopefully they'll figure it out. Couple of things that came up in the games prior, against Nashville, Entwistle went down with an injury. There was like a collision with his own, I forgot who it was, but it was his own line mate's collision. He's out, 4 to 6 weeks with like a high ankle?
Yeah, 6 weeks, I think.
Yeah. And then Hagel left that game as well. He's out for, I believe they said 2 to 4 weeks with a shoulder injury. So that one hurts. Both of those hurt, but Hagel hurts the most. Just because Hagel has turned into like such a huge part of this team's offense, and he's a big factor for this team.
Yeah, I mean, he's the kind of guy that is grinding like Kara and Reese Johnson and Hardman, but he's also the kind of guy that still puts the puck in the back of the net and gets points too. Like he's coming out of the corners with the puck and getting to the front. He's the one that's like sitting in front of that and getting those goals against like UC Saros and the Nashville Predators. Like, I fucking love having him out there, and I hope he could. Like, it's good that it's only 2 weeks,
Right?
Little shoulder injury.
And then some good positive news is Wyatt Kalynuk was activated from the IR. They assigned him down to Rockford, which is good. Get the some conditioning in. But right now, I mean, I wouldn't rock the boat too much. I think that the D core is kind of figuring out a little bit. Unless you want to maybe take Gus out, like if Gus was literally just signed in to be, fill in till when these guys come back, I can see that. But I mean, I like what I've seen from Jones, Murphy, McCabe, Dahan, and Stillman. The NHL season is underway, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has an unbelievable offer to celebrate the greatest sport on ice. New customers can bet just $1 on any NHL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a goal. Doesn't matter if it's a one-time clapper or a deflection. However they light the lamp, you win. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, DraftKings won't leave you empty-handed. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes all season long with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports Contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code THPN. Throw down $1 on any NHL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a goal. This week, one puck in the net nets you a big win with promo code THPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. But and then also
just seeing like what Gustafsson is in the last 3 games under Derek King. He's a +3. No points, +3, but he's also played a total of like, let's see, 6.5 minutes against Nashville, 8 minutes against Pittsburgh, and 14 against Arizona. So he in 3 games he's played about 1 game of Seth Jones.
But also Derek King after the game Friday said that there's a chance that Caleb Jones may be joining the team on this upcoming trip, West Coast trip. But they'll have more details about that on Monday. So again, that's another guy like who we kind of weren't expecting much, but had a great preseason before he got hurt. So it'd be really interesting to see what he can do in the lineup. I'm a little curious why they wouldn't send him to Rockford though too, like why they would bring him back right away. Because like you really haven't seen him skating Like when they talk about like, oh, here's the lines in practice and all that.
But
I don't.
here's the thing though. They're gonna be at Edmonton. You want to
Revenge
play
game.
against little Keith versus Caleb Jones.
Who won that trade?
That's right. We'll see. We'll find out then and there. That's it.
Yeah. So, and then the upcoming week, you got Seattle on Wednesday, which Hawks have a really good chance at going on a 4-game win streak. You got Seattle, who was 4-10-1 right now.
Yeah.
Big identity crisis with that team. I don't know. They
I
really.
don't even know if they had an identity to begin with, but
Yeah.
The Hawks actually have more points than them currently.
Right.
Oh, what up?
We jumped so many teams. Like we're not the worst team anymore. We're like the 6th worst.
Which, I mean, if we're trending up, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 28th in the league in points right now.
Let's go.
We were 31st, so we're just moving on up slowly.
Then after Seattle, we have the Edmonton Oilers, and that is on Saturday, I believe.
Yep. And then Sunday, Vancouver.
Sunday, Vancouver, and then they'll wrap up the road trip against Calgary. So,
I just noticed that on Wednesday, they're going to be on TNT.
Yeah, hopefully they can do a little bit better than the last time they were on TNT.
Shit, what game was that?
Colorado opening night.
That wasn't a bad game though. It was just a bad start. So stop doing that.
So yeah, there's a very good chance of going four wins in a row. Edmonton is always a question mark. It really depends too.
Edmonton's hot.
Edmonton's hot. The Hawks in the past have shut down McDavid.
That's true. And I mean, we got like we said, Caleb Jones, but also Jujar Kara he came from Edmonton, even though it wasn't like a trade. We just signed him, but
yeah,
he's supposed to, I don't know if they're looking at him to fill that David Camp role of McDavid shutdown guy, but he was playing there and he kind of knows a little bit. He's got a little insight on like what to do.
And then Vancouver. I should say Vancouver's more of a identity crisis team than Seattle. I feel like they've had times where they've looked really good this year and the times where they looked really bad.
That's Vancouver.
So yeah, that is pretty much a wrap up of the last week of hockey and a little preview ahead. Other Hawks news: Hoss the Boss and Doug Wilson finally get inducted into the Hall of Fame after having to wait because of the COVID.
It's official.
It's officially official. And I'm so happy to see Hossa in there getting the recognition he deserves.
Oh, absolutely. You love to see it as a Hawks fan.
Yeah. And then Doug Wilson too, Hall of Fame. So I think the ceremony is Monday, like the official ceremony.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't see when it was.
Yeah. So unless you got anything, I mean, I'm kind of it on Hawks talk.
I don't think I don't have anything else.
Okay, so yeah, that's the little Hawks talk there. I will say this too. I know it's just kind of really weird. At the game on Friday, I counted 4 Kyle Beach Spokane jerseys.
Oh wow!
All signed. All signed. It was very weird. But then they were like walking around too. Like the people walking around were like standing up very straight, kind of like arms out to kind of spread the jersey out. Like they were like trying to start something.
Oh,
but it was.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, show support. That's good.
So, all right. Moving on to NHL talk. Where do you want to start? I'll let you pick.
Florida sucks. As the Hawks go 3-0 this week, Florida drops 0-2-2 this week. Just a little fucking Uno reverse card.
Yeah, you think they're questioning their coaching change a little bit?
No. I think that, I mean, they still won games like after Quenneville like left, but it's just now they're It wasn't even that bad because like they're two. Where is it? Fuck, I had them up, but they were two like overtime losses were like good teams. Let's see, yeah, Tampa and Pittsburgh was a shootout loss, but they got smoked by the Devils 7-3. Devils are such a weird fucking team to me right now.
That's another team like they
6-3-2. They're young as fuck.
Like on paper, they could be really fucking good, but it hasn't translated over. I feel like no matter what, every year I feel the Devils are a team that makes moves that are like, okay, these guys are elite, like they can, contend, but it just never translates.
Well, here's the crazy thing. The Devils' average age of their forward core is 23 and a half years old.
Jesus.
And that's like pretty lenient because they have a lot of really young guys, and like their oldest guy is Thomas Tatar at 38, and then Jimmy Vesey at 28, and then everyone else is literally like 23. It's fucking insane. And then their D-core average age is 26.
Wait, how old did you just say Tatar was?
30.
Oh, they said 38. I'm like,
no. 30. Jimmy Vesey's 28.
Yeah, okay.
That's their second oldest forward. Young teams, man. Like PK Subban's their oldest player. Actually, Jonathan Bernier, he's 33. PK's 32. But it's crazy. They're going to be super good.
Oh, going back to, so the Devils put Wedgwood, how we ended back up in Arizona, was they put him on waivers. He got claimed. Yeah. So this is the second time that the Arizona Coyotes were 0-10-1. Picked up Wedgwood, and then the Nets game gets the first win.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, did that happen a few years ago too?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Crazy.
That's how you get contracts, baby.
Yeah. I'm good for one. I'm good for one.
I want to see like where's Wedgwood? I want to see like where did he sign in Arizona, or he's literally only signed contracts in New Jersey for the most part. Never mind. He signed one in Tampa and one in Buffalo, but he hasn't ever signed in Arizona despite having played there for 2 seasons or in 2 different seasons.
That's so funny.
That's pretty great. He just keeps going back to New Jersey, and then they put him on waivers, and then he gets picked up by Arizona.
It gets them their win, and then that's it. He's good for one.
Yeah. And then the Devils are like, Wedgwood.
You know who else is like just looking at the standings right here? Who's also on fire right now is Toronto.
Yeah.
8-2 in their last 10, 3-game win streak right now. There was at one point where 34 straight goals came from Marner, Tavares, Matthews, and Nylander. They were the only ones scoring for that team, which
when they started the season not scoring at all.
Yeah.
Or at least just Marner and Matthews. It's hard to believe they're only a +1 goal differential. Also, Jack Campbell's insane. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, he's playing himself right off this team.
he's playing himself like I don't know, maybe he's like in talks for early Vezina candidate because his stats are just crazy. He's got a 1.82 goals against average and a 939 save percentage. 2 shutouts.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
And Toronto's not going to be able to afford him.
No. Unless it's crazy because like he has that like really good guy thing about him. And I'm just like, don't sell yourself short. Please don't sign like a $2 million contract when you could be making like fucking 9. Like he's just like genuinely seems like the greatest fucking human on that team.
He's making 1.65 right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's gonna get a payday.
Yeah.
5 plus.
Hey, here's a thought. Blackhawks. Fleury's deals up after the season. That's $7 million. Maybe like 5-6 million. Jack Campbell.
Gotta sign Lincoln though.
I mean, Jack Campbell or Kevin Lankinen though. Campbell's 29. Lankinen's what, like 27?
26.
26.
I'd take Lankinen.
I don't know. I think I'd lean Jack Campbell.
I don't know. I put all my all my money on Lankinen way back when, so I'm sticking with it. I'm not folding in it yet. I still think he's got.
Oh no, I think Lankinen's going to be great.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, if given the option between the two, I would go Jack Campbell.
Okay, let me ask you this. How much would you pay for goalie tandem? So like right now, how the Hawks are paying $7.8 million for Marc-Andre and Kevin Lankinen. What is your like ideal price for a goalie tandem?
Probably that like between 7 to 9. Depending on like if you're going like full 1-2 or if you're going 1A 1B.
4.5 for both Lankinen and Campbell. Maybe 5.3 for Campbell, 3 for Lankinen.
For Campbell,
so
yeah,
5.
I would do that if he would take 5. Are you kidding me?
You straight up 1A 1B, and then
it would probably be like I don't know if Lankinen would be. I think Lankinen's going to be like 4 to 5. I don't know. I don't see you getting both. That's the thing.
No, not at all. I'm sure
somebody out there is going to do a huge payday for Jack Campbell if he keeps this up, though, and I don't think the Hawks will be the ones to do it.
I don't think the Hawks are going to be setting the tone for contracts anymore.
I hope not. I'm over it. I'd rather like follow like what other teams said. I like the fact that I know the Seth Jones contract is going to look good after the next couple of years, but like, holy shit, man. Like, there's no need to like always be the one to like set the payday for everybody.
So what were you saying for Campbell? Like your high you think?
Like, I mean, I could see a team paying like 8 if he keeps up this kind of shit. If he keeps up this kind of season,
make him the 4th highest paid goalie in the NHL. Because I'm looking at it right now. So Carey Price 10.5, Sergei Bobrovsky 10, Vasilevsky 9, Fleury was 7. Then you got John Gibson 6.4, Matt Murray 6.25, Hellebuck
probably
6.16666.
Yeah, well, Hellebuck signed that deal before he was even a Vezina candidate.
March
and like they went when Hellebuck signed that, they were like, a lot of teams that were like, wow, that's really questionable. And then he shows up and they're like, wow, what a fucking steal. It's like, yeah, like sometimes you gotta roll that dice.
Definitely deserves more than Bennington, who makes 6.
Yeah. I think that he can get between, I would say low end 6.5, but like definitely around like 6.5 to 8.5. Just with the way that like contracts are getting higher, somebody's going to overpay. That's what happens in free agency.
Which is insane because there's no reason to overpay right now when the salary cap is not moving.
Yeah. Unless you're a team like, I don't know, like even the bottom feeding teams, like Buffalo, I don't see them doing it because they're still a few years out. And I don't think if I was Jack Campbell, I wouldn't want to sign in Buffalo just yet. Detroit has Nedeljkovic. Anaheim has Gibson. Columbus. I'm looking at just like low or low salary cap teams. Columbus has Merzlikins. Nashville has Saros. Rangers have Shesterkin. Devils have Blackwood. Arizona, but like, why would you sign in Arizona?
Yeah,
if they really don't do shit. I don't know. San Jose, maybe.
Kraken set.
San Jose's
Ottawa's
a
sad.
better team, though.
Unless they want to move Murray.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, though. He's only got, was it a 6-year deal or what?
Yeah.
No. It was only 4 years.
Was
4
it?
years at 6.25. Yeah, so he's got 2 seasons after this.
That was a 6x6.
Nope. I don't know. Like, oh, geez. I would hate if he signed in Boston.
Yeah,
But
Minnesota.
nope, that's right. They signed Linus Ullmark. Like, who would be needing a Jack Campbell?
LA.
No, I don't think so. But that'd be really funny if he went back to LA as the starter.
I don't know what you're saying right now makes it sound like Chicago's an
Also,
option.
Cal Peterson just signed a 3-year extension at $5 million.
Yeah.
They're going to be holy shit. LA's going to be paying their goalie tandem next year 10.8. I didn't know that.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't
This
know.
is what Quick's last year.
No, next season.
That's what I'm saying next year, because you're saying next year. That's Quick's last.
Yes. What about Washington? I could see Washington just not going with Ilya or Vanacek.
Pittsburgh might. I feel like they have no commitment to any of their goalies.
Edmonton would make sense, but where does the cash come from? Because Koskinen's his deal's done at the end of the season. Mike Smith still has another year at 2.2.
So stupid.
Yeah. I don't know. They don't have any cap. There's zero cap anywhere. Chicago makes the most sense. How cool would that be, though?
I mean, it'd be cool.
We just start building the best American team. You got Kane, you got DeBrincat already. You got Connor Murphy, Jake McCabe, Seth Jones. You get Jack Campbell in there. If you can't afford Lankinen, isn't Delia American? No, he's Canadian. So. How fucking great would that be? But yeah.
No, he is American.
See, boom. We're going.
I forgot he's from Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah. Is this how do we get here? How did we get here?
I don't know. We were talking about Florida, then I said Toronto's hot. And you said, oh, yeah, isn't Jack Campbell good? And then boom.
Yeah, okay. And then we had that's good stuff.
But here, okay, since you're talking about the greatest American line ever or team ever, we'll talk about one of the guys that you wish the Hawks got, but never did.
Yes.
Jack Eichel had his surgery. Came out that it was a success, no complications. That they said that the disc they removed was so completely messed up that it took them a little bit more time because they wanted to be extremely precise with it.
Wow.
That he was telling Buchagras that he was already walking around and that they're really hoping that he will be ready to go in 3 months.
Watch him be ready by like Olympic break. That'd be crazy. Can you imagine?
I hope he's ready.
Can you imagine just like in China, like they're about to like take the ice and all of a sudden you just hear Jack Eichel's music playing. And
That's
Jack
Eichel's music.
That's Jack Eichel's music. And he busts out on the ice and everybody's like, whoa. America wins the gold.
I hope he's ready sooner than later just because I want to see what Vegas has to do for the cap.
Yeah, that would be great too. Can't wait to see like what moves they have to make.
But yeah, so that was another interesting thing. A couple quick milestone alerts. Alex Ovechkin passed Brett Hall for 4th overall. Or
was it Brett Hall? Brett Hall has 741?
Yeah.
I just saw Hull. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, man.
Bobby Hall's no. But Brett Hall passed 172. So no, wait, sorry. 142 for 4th all time. So now next up is Yager at 766. which Ovechkin could finish the year third all time in goals.
Yeah. He's on pace to just keep on fucking trucking.
Like that's kind of
what's he? He's 24 away from that. Yeah. No. He's at 742. So he's 24 away. That's just silly. That's easy. Finish the season with like 36 goals.
He could finish. So by the end of next year, he could realistically be second all time. Oh man, dude, he might catch Gretz very soon.
Yeah, it's definitely within this contract. He's had the hottest start to a season, like in his career, which is insane because he's 36.
I'm looking at the list here. This is kind of funny to me. They break it down like power play goals, shorthanded goals. Gretzky, 204 power play goals, 73 shorthanded goals. Gordie Howe, 211 power play goals, 24 shorthanded goals. Jaromir Jagr, 217 power play goals, 11 shorthanded goals. Alex Ovechkin, 271 power play goals and 5 shorthanded.
5 shorties. That's right. And one of those 5 is this season. Isn't that great?
So he's not even
Also when you're talking about his shorthanded points, he's got 6 shorthanded points. 5 of them are goals. Out of it,
he still doesn't even lead the league, or isn't the all-time power play goal leader.
Who is?
Dave with Andrechuk.
Oh, Andrechuk. Okay, that's what I thought.
274. So he's gonna pass him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's insane.
What is he? How many power play points or goals is he? He averages fucking like close to 20.
I'm gonna say a good chunk of his goals per year have got to be on the power play, just sitting up in that circle, waiting for the 1T.
Yeah, but like typically about like a third of his goals come from the power play.
I saw a tweet that was like, have you ever seen something look more nonchalant but also terrifying at the same time? And it's a picture of Ovechkin just standing at the circle waiting for like while the whole play is going on the other side.
Yeah, he barely moves around. He like kind of like inches forward and back a little bit, and he just like has his stick like at his hip, like ready to fucking rip. It's crazy. It was on Reddit, like I fucking saw that they're just talking about Ovechkin like being in at this point, and somebody was like, I've never seen somebody score so many times from like one area. Like at what point do you think that the goalies and coaches just like put somebody there and cover them and then you're done? And then the next person's like, tell me how you don't know hockey without telling me you don't know hockey. It's like, yeah, dude, like you go ahead and just cover Ovechkin and then you have a 4-on-3 and you're just going to get scored on anyway. Like, yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
I would love to see like the chart of like the zone of all of Ovechkin goals and just see how many just fill up that circle.
Yeah. The top of the circle.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
God,
I love it.
Yeah. And like, this might be the only chance that a Gretzky record goes down.
Yeah. You know, speaking of like just the shot chart too, I would love to see the shot, like the goal chart of like the net and, you know, like where the pucks mostly go and just see if it's just completely filled.
That's gotta be.
Like if he's hit like every single part of the net, like that'd be hilarious. Or if it would just like created like that perfect outline of a goalie.
There's one goal that's just strictly right in the middle. It's like, what happened there? And you go,
I went straight through him.
Yeah. Oh man. And okay, here's another streak that passed a new milestone. Phil Kessel takes over third longest active Ironman streak in NHL history at 915 consecutive games.
Future Blackhawk, part of the great American team, Phil Kessel.
Don't put that out there. I want that so bad.
I this is actually insane just because of Arizona, but Have you pulled up Arizona on Cap Friendly at all?
No, is it bad?
It's kind of insane because they have one forward signed after this year. Only one that's currently rostered because Vlad's on non-roster.
Clayton Keller.
Yeah. Well, Nick Schmaltz is on IR and Connor, well, that's a defenseman. But so it's Schmaltz and Keller. And then they have like 3 defensemen signed after this season too. It's Chikrin, Gostisbehere, and Connor Timmins. Everybody else done after this season. It's really weird to see. Let's see, what's their roster, their cap hits $28 million next year so far.
How much longer are they going to put up with this whole Arizona thing? Like, this is kind of getting ridiculous. Like, it's a
really
joke.
Funny. It's really funny. It's the place you go to sign like a 1-year deal when you want to make it to a playoff team come the trade deadline.
Yeah. Oh man. Do you remember when they actively traded Taylor Hall for the reason of being better?
Yeah.
What a poverty franchise.
I want them to be so much better.
The fact that they got the Kachinas back is like, I'm just like, oh God, seeing those Kachinas up front, like live
in person.
Oh,
they have 3 first rounders this year. That's pretty good.
What's the condition on the Montreal?
It's the better of Carolina or Montreal's first round pick.
Oh, okay. Is that because of the Kakaniemi stuff?
I don't know.
Oh.
I have zero clue on that whole thing right now. But it's kind of funny because it's currently, if the draft were to go like as the teams are seeded, the Coyotes have 1 and 4 and 9 because they have Arizona has Colorado's pick from the Kemper trade.
And the Hawks just play themselves out of their first rounder.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd rather lose this year's first rounder. Just get it over with.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh man, like be bad and keep this year's first rounder as a top 2 pick and then be like, oh shit, like hopefully we're better next year. I would just rather be good this year, lose the first rounder, and then be fine.
That's
really
fair.
Funny. But the conditions on this pick are they would get the better of Montreal's or Carolina's first rounder. Yeah, so that's Carolina's first rounder from the Kakaniemi thing. But if either or both are top 10 picks, then Arizona is just going to get the worst of the Montreal or Carolina's picks.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So they get, as long as they're not a top 10 pick, they get the better of them. But if one of them or both of them is a top 10, then they get the worst one. That's kind of shit, but whatever.
That makes sense though. I get it.
Yeah. So Carolina's really good. Montreal's really bad. So they're not going to get the 4th pick. They would get 31st. Like, that's fucking trash. Might as well be a second rounder. Yeah, okay. So much tangents, so many things.
Yeah.
They also have 5 second rounders. Holy shit. Arizona, load up. Let's go.
And the funny thing is too is they don't know where they're playing next year.
Yeah. They could also acquire more picks come trade deadline because I mean you can get something for Kessel. He's last year of his contract.
There's no way that he finishes out this year in Arizona. There's no way.
No. Plus, isn't he? Did he sign a new deal?
No.
No, it's still the Toronto deal. So Toronto's still paying half of it.
Is it Toronto deal?
Yeah.
No shit.
Toronto signed the deal and then traded him. So Toronto's still paying half of his contract. Isn't that fucking crazy?
That's so funny. So
it's so long.
So Toronto's paying some of it, Pittsburgh's paying some of it, and Arizona's probably end up paying some of it.
Yeah, you can basically get Phil Kessel for like $1 million probably at the trade deadline.
Let's go Blackhawks. Get in a winning position. Let's grab it so I can buy a Phil Kessel jersey.
A Phil Kessel Hawks jersey?
God, I would be.
Oh, they're paying 1.2. Toronto's paying 1.2 of his salary. So he's 5.6 from that. And then Pittsburgh's not paying any of it. So you could get Phil Kessel if Arizona retains half for what, 2.9? No, 2.8. $2.8 million Phil Kessel.
Dude, let's go.
That'd be sick.
Kane, DeBrincat, Kessel. No, they're all wingers. No one's
I was like, sorry. DeBrincat could play center.
Kane's played center a couple times. They tested that out a little bit.
DeBrincat takes the faceoffs in overtime.
Yeah.
So, man, what else? Colby Cave night.
Oh yeah, that's the last thing on my list.
Yeah, Colby Cave night and against Edmonton versus in Boston. So they honored Colby Cave after his tragic passing. It was last year, right? It feels like it was like so long ago, but it was during
like COVID, in the bubble. So 2 years ago.
Yeah. No, that's last year, isn't it?
No, it was like when they were in the bubble. So it was like
last year.
That's only been a year.
Yeah, that was 2020. It was like over the summer 2020, like August or like July.
It's just insane that it's like 3 years. It's been 3 seasons in 1.5 years.
Yeah, I mean, finished up the first season, did a second half season, and then started a third season, all within this past year.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird time. So he passed away in April of 2020. Yeah. So that's why it feels so long ago. It was a year and a half ago.
Okay.
But so they weren't able to do anything. And so then they since he played on Boston and played in Edmonton, they faced off in Boston, and they actually had the fans in the stands and they had everything. So they had his wife come out and do the ceremonial puck drop. And you can probably find it online, but it's kind of heartbreaking just because, like, but even before the puck drop, like Patrice Bergeron's giving her a hug, Connor McDavid's giving her a hug. They do the puck drop. They give her another hug, and then she goes down the line and hugs like every single Bruins player, even some of the guys, or before even that, like some of the Edmonton players come over to give her a hug, and you just see like how heartbreaking it is that like he meant a lot to these guys too.
Yeah,
and it's rough to watch, but I'm glad that they did something for him. It's just like gone but not forgotten, you know?
Right.
So that was a cool thing. Yeah. I don't know. You got anything else?
I got nothing else. So yeah, like we said, big turnaround in Blackhawks hockey. Went from the hated losers to the hated winners.
Just hated.
So yeah, what do you want to call this episode?
Streaking.
Yeah.
160 streaking.
All right. So for
they hate us because they ain't us.
Because they ain't us. What? They hate us because we is us. Episode 160 streaking. Make sure to subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, DraftKings, promo code THPN, leave 5-star review, all that good stuff. Social media, WCB Podcast, at HockeyPodNet, all that good stuff. All right. So for Tanner and Jarom, we'll catch you on the next one.
That's right. Don't forget to tell Jack Campbell, welcome to Chicago next year. All right. Love you, boys. Bye. Bye.